If you're struggling on TikTok, then listen up because I'm about to review how I grew this faceless page from 0 to 14,000 followers in just 7 days. I'll show you my step-by-step process covering everything you need to know. I'll even include some tricks that I've used to create unique content from existing media so that your content will comply with the TikTok's policies. Step 1. Creating accounts. The Creativity Program beta is currently only available in certain countries, so if you're not in one of these regions, you need a VPN or eSIM card to create a CPB account. It doesn't matter which type of VPN you use, so simply get a free version and you'll be fine. And to confirm that it is a CPB account, you should see this option on the Creator Tools page. Step 2. Before setting up the account, we'll need to choose a niche. If you're struggling to find one, the easiest way to start is by selecting something that interests you. The method that I'm about to show you should work with any niche. However, if you want to achieve the fastest growth, I'll suggest finding one with very little competition. I'm not aware of any secrets to finding unsaturated niches, but the way I did it was simply by scrolling on TikTok. I happened to come across the only page that was clipping content from a streamer, and they were getting hundreds of thousands of views in their first few videos. How did I know that was the only page? I searched for the streamer's name on TikTok, and at that point their page was the only one that appeared. That's how I knew it was a very untapped niche. Now, once you have decided on that, we can move on to account branding. Your channel name and logo are pretty important as they reflect the quality of your brand. You want to choose something that properly reflects the type of content you're creating. So if you're producing podcast clips, for example, try to think of a name that makes sense, like Daily Podcast Clips or Pod Clips Daily, etc. And if you're struggling to come up with one, you can also use ChatGPT. As for the channel logo, I'll usually go on Canva and choose a template that suits the vibe of my channel name. Once I find something I like, I'll change the colors and font type to match the style I'm looking for. Warming up your account. This step informs the TikTok algorithm about your content interests so that it can accurately target your audience. First, search for content within your niche and actively engage with it. You'll want to watch each video entirely because that's how the algorithm discerns the content you truly enjoy. Commit to this for 15 to 30 minutes, then restart the app. Ideally, you should see 80% of your For You page content from your niche. If this isn't the case, simply repeat the process. Step 5. The content. The type of videos I was making was split screen content. Basically, I'll have the streamer's clip on top and gameplay on the bottom. I'm aware that what I was doing wasn't ethical as it is essentially stealing content. However, I wanted to give it a shot after seeing so many people doing it successfully and making over 5 figures a month. Nevertheless, I'm no longer creating such content because 90% of the time, TikTok deems your video as ineligible for your FYP, which essentially means it's considered unoriginal content. I would recommend against using this method because, in my opinion, it is not sustainable. Instead, here's what you can do. Create original content such as Reddit stories, funny stories, or AI-generated content. If you still want to create with reused content, consider adding an AI voiceover to your clips similar to what this channel is doing. That way, you'll be adding value to existing media, making it much more original. I've seen many shorts channels using it successfully. YouTube has stricter policies regarding reused content, so if it works for those channels, I'm assuming it might work on TikTok as well. The final step is to upload your videos. The timing of your uploads doesn't really matter as long as you put out good quality content. If you're confident in your videos, you should aim to upload 3 to 5 videos per day with a 3-hour gap. This is what worked for me, but ultimately you'll have to experiment to find out what works best for you. Just remember, the only thing that matters for whether your videos go viral is viewer retention. Apart from that, the number of shares your video receives also determines whether your video can go viral or not. The more shareable your video is, the higher the chance it has to going viral. This is just based on my experience, and it makes sense if you think about it. After all, TikTok wants its audience to stay on their platform as long as possible, and if your video can achieve that, you'll definitely be rewarded by the algorithm. And with that, we've reached the end of this video. I hope I've managed to provide some valuable information to you, and if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment and I'll do my best to respond. If you're curious about what happened to my account, I tried to rebrand, but TikTok eventually disqualified me due to a security issue. I'll address this matter in another video, so I won't delve into it much here. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next one.